I'm Liv, your chronically online host, and every day we talk about life, relationships, internet chaos, bad decisions, awkward moments, and all the things that spiral way faster than they should. Stick around. I have a wedding story that makes therapy look cheap.
Okay, picture this. I say yes to a casual dinner. I show up in jeans and hope, and 10 minutes later, I find myself at someone else's wedding. True story. It was less of a romantic plot twist and more of a, how did I end up in a rom-com filmed entirely for other people's emotional closure?
Red flags. Oh, they were there. Like bad holiday lights. I saw them and did what people do. I covered them with decorative candles. Also, he was very charming about casual. Translation, details were being omitted. I still said yes. Of course I did. We pull up, and the place looks suspiciously wedding ready. There are flowers, a program on a little easel, and someone lighting a row of candles like it's an emotional crime scene. The bride's mother's hat had a feather that looked like a confused peacock. My internal monologue? Panicking. My external monologue? A smile practiced in the car. Then he drops it casual, like he's naming a pizza topping. Yep, thanks for coming as my +1. I stared at him like he told me my Uber was a horse. Internally, I am a panic emoji. Externally, I nod like I've attended weddings on a weekday before. I do what anyone would do. Smile, say congrats, and immediately try to figure out which person in a wedding crowd is likely to be surgically offended by my presence. First awkward interaction is with the bride's aunt, who absolutely knows the full cast list of her niece's exes, like she has a Rolodex that includes emotional damage and middle initials. She sizes me up and says with terrifying cheer, "You must be the girl who stole his heart. Or was it just a night?" Ugh. The wording was friendly. The implication was a landmine. That human Band-Aid idea flashed through my head. That thought kept sliding into every hug or how do you know him conversation. I wasn't crashing a wedding. I was the human Band-Aid for a messy breakup. I tried small talk. I attempted the normal wedding script. The venue is beautiful. How do you know the bride? While my brain was doing emergency renovations to invent a backstory that made me slightly less suspicious, I decided to be the supportive +1 who doesn't ask questions. It's a solid life choice if you like lying to strangers politely. And of course, forced photos. Someone grabs my face, whispers, "Just be natural." And I'm suddenly inventing a 12-year backstory for my jawline so one stranger will post it. I smile like a hostage and angle my body like I'm in a spy movie, trying not to start an international incident with my date. One photo gets up on Instagram, and I can't tell if my expression says confident +1 or evidence. Someone hands me a mic later. Do not ask how. And the room assumes I'm a capable human with vocal cords. I sing one line, lose the melody, and instead of apologizing, I invent enthusiasm. The bride's uncle claps like I'm Adele. I accept the lie. By the slow song, alliances are visible. People paired off like seasons, tired and edited. My date pulls me to the center of the floor with the kind of confidence you only get when you know everyone's backstory, because apparently he does. And I execute a single confused twirl that becomes the unofficial symbol of my evening. I am here and also processing my life choices. Then the microphone finds me again during toasts. I'm joking with the bridal party, and in what felt like a witty aside, I say something that lands like a roast wrapped in confetti. It wasn't meant to be cruel, more like a spicy observation. But somehow it becomes a semi-savage toast that had half the room raising an eyebrow and the other half whispering hilarious commentary into their cocktails.
And suddenly I'm more evidence than guest.
My brain instantly runs all the possible consequences. Am I a fill-in? Will I be ejected? Is someone going to start a group chat called Who Even Is Liv? Friends are texting, "Are you okay?" or "Pics now," and I'm torn between dramatic exit and content creation. I do neither. I send a neutral selfie captioned, "Surviving a plot twist." It's the perfect non-answer.
At cake time, I get a tiny win. The cake knife appears, and I whisper a ridiculous wish into the universe. Small, harmless, petty. I won't tell you the wording because some things are sacred, but I will say, eating a slice of that cake felt like reclaiming a piece of my dignity. A frosting truce, if you will.
Here's the thing. I kept realizing all night. I wasn't crashing a wedding. I was the human Band-Aid for a messy breakup. That idea that people bring strangers to patch old feelings kept showing up in every awkward hug, every toast, every photo. By the end, I wasn't just embarrassed. I was an eyewitness to emotional cleanup. And honestly, it's survivable and kind of ridiculously funny afterwards. So what do I actually take away? Trust your gut when someone says casual, warm up your voice before accepting a mic, and remember, being made a human Band-Aid is awkward in the moment, but makes for a great story later. Also, petty fantasies are free. Just don't turn them into Yelp-level reviews of actual humans. If this episode made you laugh or feel slightly better about your own life choices, then my job here is officially done. If you have a wedding sabotage survival story or a +1 disaster that tops mine, I absolutely need to hear it in the worst way. Leave a review, tell me the chaos, and let's keep the best friend gossip alive. Stay chaotic. If today's episode made you laugh or feel slightly better about your own life choices, then my job here is officially done. See you next time. This escalated quickly.